as if these fragments could validate the intense emotions I felt towards them. I think this behavior stemmed from the fact that, despite the turmoil I experienced at home, our family appeared relatively ordinary to outsiders, leaving me without a sympathetic ear to confide in. Does anyone else recall engaging in similar behavior? I regret not telling her. I know you always joked around saying that I would have been perfect husband material if I wasn't a girl and that we should get together sometime. I always punched you in the arm, telling you that you should hurry up and find a boyfriend. But you know if only I'd mustered the courage to express my true feelings. Your lighthearted teasing about how you thought we'd be perfect for each other if I were a guy always lingered in the back of my mind. You'd often jest about getting together, and I'd laughingly tell you to stop being so silly and find a girlfriend. But what if I'd taken your words more seriously? Now I wonder if I should have seized the moment and agreed that we should. As I imagine you in a better place, I hope you found the person who was meant to be by your side. You were more than a friend to me, you were a kindred spirit, and I'll always cherish the memories we shared. That's not a very good password. This is a quick one. I was working on a client's PC. There was a web application that was internet-facing that I was working on some interface problems. I asked for his login password, and he told me it was bears. Bears? I asked. You know, a weak password. I was on a client's PC, working on issues with a web application that was exposed to the internet. While troubleshooting the interface, I requested his login credentials. He shared his password with me, bears. I was taken aback by this choice. You know, bears isn't a very secure password, I cautioned. It would be better to change it. But the client countered, I'm a huge Packers fan. There's no way anyone would ever guess my password is bears. Edit TLDR update. Anyone heard from the op of the 100 damnations posts? Sorry if this isn't allowed, but I'm worried sick about op. She messaged me privately, but by the time I saw it, everything was deleted. She was suicidal, and now I'm really worried that she's hurt. Anyone heard from her at? Has anyone received any updates from the original poster of the 100 damnations thread? I apologize if this is out of line, but I'm extremely concerned about OP's well-being. She reached out to me privately, but by the time I saw her message, all of her content was removed. She mentioned feeling suicidal, and now I'm deeply worried that she might be in danger. Has anyone else heard from her or knows her current status? I'm just hoping she's okay and that the deletion of her content was for a positive reason rather than a concerning one. People with children, do not bring your child to Christmas parties if the host specifically says no children. Especially don't bring that child to multiple other parties when it has the flu. And then don't tell everybody that was at those parties that you knew your child. Respecting hosts' wishes when attending a Christmas party. It's crucial to respect the host's decision regarding children's attendance. If the invitation explicitly states no children are allowed, refrain from bringing your little ones along. This rule applies even more stringently if your child is ill, specifically with the flu. Instead of disregarding the host's wishes and putting multiple guests at risk, consider alternative arrangements for your child's care. This might be a friend or family member's home, or even a trusted babysitter. It's essential to be truthful and considerate of others when making decisions about social gatherings. If you do bring your child to a party and they happen to spread the flu to others, it's essential to acknowledge your actions and take responsibility for any subsequent health concerns. This demonstrates respect for those who may have been affected and shows a willingness to learn from the experience. I hate the fact how people in their late 20s say, he finally turned 18. It's just weird. I cannot be the only one who thinks this. I can't fathom the idea of someone being 29 and saying, oh boy, this person is finally 18. Now I can say predatorily things to them. I find it peculiar how some individuals in their late 20s or beyond exclaim, he is finally 18. It's an expression that leaves me perplexed. I struggle to understand the reasoning behind such comments, especially from those who are significantly older. It's as if they're anticipating a newfound freedom to engage in conversations with younger individuals with potentially fewer repercussions. The notion that someone would say such a thing and genuinely feel excited about it raises questions. Who initiated this trend, and why does it seem to be accepted as a norm? It's hard to fathom the logic behind this peculiar phrase. TLDR, it's a bizarre phenomenon where some people express excitement when someone turns 18, often with an undertone that it's now socially acceptable to make comments they previously couldn't. Mother's Day sucks when your mom is a pos title says it all. People say, appreciate your mom, you only have one, yada yada yada. It's just a bunch of BS. Not everyone's mom treated them good. Some moms beat their kids. Some moms betrayed the kids. Some moms were just never a painful reality on Mother's Day. The phrase, appreciate your mom, you only have one, rings hollow for those who experienced anything less than ideal parenting. It's a sentiment that fails to acknowledge the harsh realities faced by many. Not all mothers are loving and nurturing. Some were abusive, betraying the trust of their children. Others were absent, leaving their kids to fend for themselves. The idea that having a mother automatically makes one lucky is a misguided notion that overlooks the complexities of family dynamics. As a mother myself, I'm aware of the privilege I've been given. But to those who suffered at the hands of their own mothers, the idea of a sentimental Mother's Day can be a painful reminder of their difficult past. This post has been edited to remove explicit language to make it more suitable for a wider audience. The original message, however, remains intact and unaltered. No updates have been made to this post. It remains a personal account of the author's feelings towards Mother's Day and their complicated relationship with their mother. TLDR*, a heartfelt rant about the difficulties of Mother's Day when your mom is not a positive influence in your life. The inheritance is safe now. I can begin the process of leaving NMOM. Biodad died in 2008 and I was left $30K for when I turned 18. I finally have the money, and since my parents divorced before I was born, she can't do shit with my money now that it's in my hands. I'm looking. The inheritance is secure, and I can start making plans to break free from my mother's influence. Following the passing of my biological father in 2008, I was left a substantial sum of $30,000 to be received upon turning 18. After years of anticipation, I finally have access to this inheritance, and since my parents were divorced before my birth, my mother no longer has control over my finances. With the funds at my disposal, I'm actively exploring employment opportunities. Once I've saved a substantial $5,000, I will be in a position to establish my independence and make a definitive exit from my mother's life. It's reassuring to know that she is unaware of my current situation, including the fact that I've received the inheritance checks and